Thanks to Skillshare for supporting today's video. Hello maths fans, Dr. Tom Crawford here at the University of Oxford, and today I'm learning how to play the electric guitar. My teacher will be the one and only Mike Boyd. After teaching him how to pass the Oxford Maths entrance exam and then the Oxford Maths admissions interview, I felt it was about time that he taught me something in return. And as luck would have it, he has a course available on Skillshare entitled Guitar Fundamentals. This is one of quite literally thousands of courses available on Skillshare, an online learning community with inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. I'll be following the entirety of Mike's course, recording my progress as I go, and hopefully by the end, I'll be able to play this rather fancy guitar I've had sitting around for the past few years. So this is a Tom DeLonge signature Stratocaster. You can see the name there on the plate on the back. And I got this for my 16th birthday, being a huge Blink-182 fan. And continuing with the pop punk theme, my guitar pick, which is here, was actually given to me by Newfound Glory at a music festival in the UK, Slam Dunk Festival in 2015. So I'm really set up for my new career in pop punk. If you like the look of this course or any of the others available on Skillshare, then make sure you sign up using the link in the video description or using the code TOMROCKSMaths for a 1-month free trial. All right, Mike, let's see what you've got for me. I've signed up for the course. There are 12 lessons, which total just over 1 hour, and the first one is entitled Introduction. His accent is exceptional, right? I'm not the only one thinking this. Even though I've hung out with Mike, that accent, top level. So we're apparently going to be learning guitar in the easiest possible way. Big fan of this. I haven't really picked this thing up since I was 16, so 16 years ago when I received this as a present actually for my 16th birthday. So I'm glad we're going to start easy because I played it for a grand total of about 3 months and was completely self-taught and I was terrible. So having not touched it for 16 years, I could not be more of a beginner. Okay, lesson 1 over. It was just a nice introduction telling us what we're going to do. Lesson 2 is called Basic Anatomy and Fundamentals. So I'm guessing this will teach me a little bit more about maybe how to hold the guitar, what all the knobs do, how the whole thing works. So Mike's introducing the strings, starting with the 6th, which is at the top, and the thick one going down to the 1st string. And weirdly, something in my mind has been triggered to remind me that I actually know what notes these are because of a really helpful mnemonic, which was elephants and dogs grow big ears. So it goes E, A, D, G, B, E. So I weirdly remember that from literally 16 years ago. So I'm supposed to strum over the sound hole, which is all good and well if you have an acoustic guitar. I'm not sure I have a sound hole, so I'll figure that one out. Hold the pick between your index and thumb finger. I think I can do that. And don't hold it too tight. Nice and relaxed. I love this. If you have long fingernails on your left hand, you're gonna need to cut them. So I bite my nails, so I'm good. I'm loving that he just kind of shows off and ends every video by him just smashing some really famous song. Played Mike, I'm impressed. Tuning the guitar, lesson 3. Mike is recommending an app called Guitar Tuner, so I'm gonna go get my phone, download that, and then I'm guessing I'm gonna just play the string and then tune it, and it will tell me whether or not it's in tune. So let's give that a go. So I've downloaded the app, and it says start tuning by playing any string. So I'm gonna pick up this bad boy. I'm gonna pop it on my lap. So Mike was saying you just kind of chill with it here, and you want to kind of strum. So it's something like this with those two between there. Terrible. It's only gonna get worse. No, it's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better. Okay, so if I try, let's try this then. If I do E, telling me to tune up. All right, I think we've got E. Let's try A. We're good. D. Got a D. G. We're good. B. is also good. And last one. Boom. Guitar is officially tuned. Wow. So Mike has just mentioned his mnemonic for the notes, which is even average dogs get bones every day. Gotta be honest, Mike, I think I prefer elephants and dogs grow big ears. Because, you know, elephants and dogs both have big flappy ears. And I'm not sure average dogs would get a bone. Come on. So that's 3 lessons down. We've had the intro. I've learned about the anatomy of the guitar. And now, thankfully, it's in tune. There's a 4th lesson called How to Read Chord Diagrams. And then after that, I think I'm going to actually be learning some chords and hopefully playing some songs. Okay, Mike's singing now. I'm just going to watch Mike playing the guitar and singing. This is endlessly entertaining. But it does mean I have now finished lesson 4. I know how to read chord diagrams. Lesson 5 is called chord E, which is my first chord. So let's get the guitar out and let's play some music. Sounds pretty good. Kind of hurts my fingers a little bit. It's telling me to use the tips and really press down. Second, third. It's quite hard to get 2 fingers right in there, but just the tip, Mike, just the tip. He keeps emphasizing bringing the thumb down and making like a proper, like you're grabbing a tennis ball, to borrow from Mike's phrase. It's really helpful, actually. He's stressing there's a lot of pain. What have I gotten into? I like that idea. He's saying if the chord doesn't sound right, to check each string individually to identify which one has the problem, and then you can try and fix that. It's good. He's playing and singing again. Okay, so that is lesson 5 finished. I now know how to play the chord. Which one was it? Chord E. Double check. So it was 2nd finger on string 5, 3rd finger string 4, and 1st finger on up there on string 3, and then you play all 6. Hopefully that sounds like an E chord. An E chord. Hopefully it sounds like an E chord. Now I'm going to see what it sounds like with the amp on. This could go one of 2 ways. Let's see. So, turn this on. Don't know how loud it is. Oh, a bit louder. Let's see if this sounds okay. I think that sounds like a thing. That sounds like notes. I think that sounds like an E. So, and I can turn up the gain. Let's try that one. Let's really go to town on this, shall we? Oh, wow. Okay, well, let's find the chord. Let's turn that down. Sorry, neighbours. So it was the E, which was that one. What was it? That one, that one, that one. Rock and roll. I'm aware I'm terrible, by the way. Though I do like it with the gain noise. Sounds, it's more my style. So the homework exercise to practice. So Mike has set me the challenge of being able to play the E chord. Which I think we can agree, hopefully we can agree I can do. And then to take your fingers off and then find it again. So that's there, there, there. And then there, there, there. Ah, that was kind of good. All right, so I've got to practice. He wants you to practice taking your hand on and off to, in his words, like let your brain learn where to position those fingers. So bum, bum, bum. Oh, something went wrong there. I'm not saying it sounds good, but I think I've done the exercise. So now let's try lesson 6, which is chord D. He's such a show-off. No, he's very good. Kind of sounds like his. Sounds like a D. I think. This one's quite fiddly. It's getting that second finger like right in there next to that first one. That last string's really hard. Matter of weeks. Don't have weeks, Mike. So I finished the lesson on chord D, and I've got the same homework, which is to practice playing it. So let's see if I can do it right now. Probably can't. So it's kind of clawing in like this. That last one is so difficult. Let's try and... There we go. I feel like my fingers are too soft. I need calloused hands. Okay, that sounds okay. There we go. Let's turn the amp on. Let's crank that volume. Okay, so I think I can play a D. Now I've got to do the same thing and practice on, off, on, off. It's going to be hard. Okay, so it was, so that one comes in there, that one comes in there, and that one goes in up there. That wasn't bad. And like that. That's actually better than expected. Okay, let's try it again. Bomb, right, so hand off, hand off. Come in like you. Oh my God, this is amazing. I love you, Mike. He's actually taught me how to do something on the guitar in like, I don't know, half an hour. This is insane. All right, I'm gonna back myself. We're gonna go on to lesson number 7, which is chord A. And I believe after this, I'm then gonna, in theory, be able to try linking them together and playing some songs. So let's go into lesson 7, learn chord A, and then I'm gonna have to try and link together E, D, and A, which is gonna be quite terrifying. Sounds almost impossible right now, but I'll do the lesson first, and then we'll see if I can manage it. Yeah, A chord. Sounds like music. Gonna watch, I'm catching that bottom one, the 6th string. First string. Gotta watch that one. Painful. Ow. That didn't sound good. Fingers are getting kind of numb. He just did it without looking. Show off. I'm allowed to say that because I know it. Show off. All right. I finished the video on the A chord. Probably the hardest one yet, actually. I keep messing up on my fingers, so I'm going to do a lot of practice on this one. Again, same homework exercise. Practice playing the A chord. Take my hand off. Practice playing again. And then I'm supposed to be able to practice going from... What did he say? It was E, A, D. So I'm supposed to be able to go E, A, D, E, A, D between those 3 chords. Now that is definitely going to take a lot of practice, but let's give it a go. So first let's try and do the A on and off. Not the A. Yeah, the A. Yeah, let's try and do the A on and off because I was really bad at that one. So let's get some volume. So it was, if I remember this correctly, it's going to be... I feel like I might also struggle to remember all these 3 chords are. I might need like a diagram on the floor in front of me or something. Get that going in a second. Mike did give me diagrams, PDFs to print. Very nice of him. So if I try and get these 3 in there. So this is quite difficult. Right. Okay, so they all sound quite clean. Don't play 6. I'm claiming that is a pretty good A chord. It'll do. Okay, so I think I've got the hang of playing A. Let's try and do on and off. Okay, so it was bom bom bom. It's proper like a claw motion, this one. Okay. That's the hard one. There we go. Got it. And my hand was too high. Bom bom bom. That wasn't too bad. I think I'm missing that last note, aren't I? Missing that last string. I'm also noticing I think this is a terribly bad habit I picked up. I only strum downwards, so I have to go like almost like twice, instead of going up and down, which I think is what you're meant to do. I can see the next video is about that, so maybe he's going to get me out of this habit. But at the moment, I want to just keep going down only. Probably not supposed to do that, am I? Well, I guess I'll find out. But first, I need to practice this chord change. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I like that one. Maybe the best one yet. Okay, I think I've got enough of the hang of the A chord. So, can I remember the others? Almost certainly not. So, I'm going to get myself a printout or a piece of paper with the chords on. I'm going to have them in front of me, which I think is fair as I'm learning. And I'm going to try the final exercise to end, I think, day one. My hand is starting to hurt, I'm not going to lie. It's going to take a little bit of practice, this one. I've got to give my fingers a bit of a rest. Mike did tell me that I would need ibuprofen and I would have painful fingers. So I knew what to expect. They're looking quite blistered. So I'm going to get my printout on my chords and I'm going to practice changing between the three, and that's going to be my final task that I'm setting myself for today. And then I'm going to come back tomorrow and continue. So this, I have done 7 of the 12, so I feel like this is a decent start. Let's nail this last exercise, and then I think I deserve my break. Right, day 2 of learning to play the guitar. So far, I have completed 7 out of the 12 lessons in Guitar Fundamentals, the course on Skillshare that's been put together by Mike Boyd. I've learnt 3 chords. I've learnt E, A, and D, and my homework from the last lesson, lesson 7, was to be able to switch between those 3 chords seamlessly. So I'm going to start by continuing to practice that before I then move on to the next lesson. Amp is on. I've got my chord diagrams drawn on the floor in front of me. As I said last time, I felt like I need to be reminded where these fingers go. So let's begin with an E. So an E is a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Okay, so I'm going to start by trying to just remember the chords by themselves. Slightly numbing the bottom one, dulling it with my hands. Let's try again. Sounds like an E. He says with no musical comprehension. The A now. So the A was 1, 2, 3. This was the awkward one in here. Sounds all right. I really like this technique that Mike keeps mentioning about checking each string to make sure you're not accidentally muting one of them. It's very good. Okay, it's quite hard, but let's try again. Sounds like something. And then D. Okay, so D was this one down here. What have I got? A 1, a 1, 2, and then a 3 up here. Okay, interesting. And you only play... My hand kind of weirdly wants to go back to these positions. And it's only been a day of trying this. Like, kind of, so that was on the bottom one. So you come in there, and in there, and in there. Now that sounds nice. All right, so good news is I remember the chords with my diagrams in front of me. So it was E was this one, right? Yeah. So let's go E, 1, 2, 3. A was, we come in and we go 1, 2, 3. And then an E. No, that's not an E, that's the E. And then the A would be that one. Yeah. Oh no, too high up. 1 string down for the A. Ooh. Is that why the A was sounding wrong? I was a string too high. Whoops. Now it sounds right. Now it sounds like an actual chord. All right, so that's what I was doing wrong. So it was 1, 2, 3. No, it's not. It's 1, 2, 3. Now it's not. So despite having literally no musical training or musical talent, as we can tell, some of them kind of sound right and some of them don't. I'm guessing maybe this is like familiarity with music or something. So I could see when I then did the incorrect E, it sounded wrong, but that sounds much nicer. Again, I don't know if it's correct, but it sounds like it should be. Sounds like something. Right, so E and then you drop down. I'm getting it. You drop down a string between each of them. So you come in high up for the E. Is that one right? So I'm coming in on the 1, and then those two are both on the 2. And then you drop down a string. So A was there. So your A finger stays the same, but that one goes up. We come in for the A. Right. Beginning to figure this out, I think. So you're kind of up a string here. And then you come down a string. I wouldn't say it's fast, but you know, I'm doing something. All right, so that's E and A. Let's try and throw in the D. So 1, 3, 2. Okay, this one's quite tricky. This one's high up. 2 and 3. Right the way down. Yeah. Oof. Okay, this is awkward. Sound so nice together, don't they? It's something. And then we had, let's go back up to an E. And then an A. Bum, bum, bum. Vaguely fast. So, I am by no means claiming that I can move between them quickly. However, I am quite excited to try an actual song so I know which ones to move between. I think I've got the kind of finger patterns down a little bit at least for the purposes of this very beginner overview video. I feel like I've got the basic patterns down. I can kind of play a chord that sounds vaguely like music. I've got them written down in front of me just in case I forget. So I'm going to say I'm going to move on. Probably should practice a bit more, but my fingers are getting sore and I want to finish this. So I'm going to move on now to video 8, which is entitled Bars, Strumming and Rhythm. So I'm guessing I'm going to learn a little bit about timing and then ahead of lesson 9, which is going to be my first song. So, lesson 8. So just as I was worried, for the strumming pattern, we're doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, which I guess I have enough knowledge of music and my 16 years ago, very, very basic guitar. I kind of remember the 4 beats in a bar pattern. But what Mike is saying is we're going to strum down on the number and then up on the and. And as I mentioned before, I seem to want to just strum down. So maybe instead of doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, maybe I'm going to be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and sort of doing like, maybe I'll be doing 8 downwards motions. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I think I've picked up this probably really bad habit of always wanting to strum down. So we'll see in a minute when I have to try out an exercise, but maybe I'll try my pattern of doing it all downwards for the 4 bars, but the 8 strums. And then maybe I'll try it up and I'll see which one feels more natural to me. Hopefully I'll be able to do both maybe, or at least be able to do one of them. Okay, we'll see. Okay, I've been vindicated. Mike has now just explained you can play just down, and he said this is how metal players play. So without realizing it, I'm already going for the metal guitarist look and roll here. So I'll take that. So obviously he ends the lesson again by showing off and playing the song that I'm going to learn in the next lesson, which is pretty exciting. So the homework, as I might have guessed, is to practice doing the strumming pattern, just doing the down on the numbers, and then if you want to try either up and down, or in my case, down but at twice pace. So I'm going to practice that with some of the chords, and then, super excited, I will get on to lesson 9, which is actually learning my first song, which Mike has already informed me is going to be Wild Thing by the Trogs. All right, let's try some strumming patterns. So if I go in with my E chord, okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and I can do that. And then let's try and go double speed. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Down seems easier. Let's try down and up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's all right. Okay. Right. So that's that one. Now, if you were doing like an A chord, which I jump down one, I have to look down to play that chord so that I avoid the top string. So sorry for not looking at you all, but I've got to concentrate because otherwise I end up hitting that top string and I'm not supposed to play it on the A chord, which is a mistake I was making earlier. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Kind of works. Okay, and then the D chord, which is down here. Trying to remember how to do this. It was like, what were we doing? Yeah, you have to go big with that one and bring. No, wait. 1 and 2 are up here. 1, 2 are up here. 3's down there. That's the one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Same thing, I've got to look at this one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, I think I've got the strumming patterns down. Can I move between them though? Probably not. Let's try. So I'm going to start with my E. So I went 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then there's no way I'm changing to the next chord in time. Mainly because I can't remember what the next chord is. We're going to do an A. Okay, let's try and do that. So if I started with an E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. They all come in and we drop down a string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then we went all the way down here to these three. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then back up here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, I wouldn't say I'm good, but I feel like I'm practicing what I'm meant to be practicing. So I'm too excited to learn this song, so I think it's time for lesson 9, which is going to be my first ever song I've learned. I never learned a song before, I just learned little bits and riffs when I was 16. I'm going to learn my first ever song, which is going to be Wild Thing. Wish me luck. I like this. Mike has just been saying there may be some large time intervals where you change between chords. So here are some tips to help you do that. Read my mind. So the start of the song, there's 4 beats in the bar, and we're going to strum down A and D and D. So I'm not going to practice yet. I want to see what else is going to come in, but 2 A's followed by 2 D's. So far sounds quite nice, and it does actually sound like the song, which is awesome. So maybe I can just learn, the bass chord progression. I'd be very impressed if I can learn that. Well, Mike made that look easy. So there's only the 3 chords, and it's a slightly simplified version, I believe, of the original song, if I've understood Mike's video correctly. But it was A, D, D, A, E, E. And then there was like an open chord bit when you sort of get to the bridge and the chorus. But I think I'm going to focus first on being able to do the 4-bar A, D, D, E, D, D, A, D, D, E, D, D. That's going to be my goal here. If I can play that with a little bit of practice, I will be genuinely ecstatic. So let's try it. Here goes nothing. All right, so it was starting with an A. So I remember the A is all up here, right? One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Wait, I'm playing the wrong. Forgot the 5th string. 2nd string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so I've got to go from the A to the D. So Mike said his tip here was your first finger doesn't move, so use it as an anchor. So then that one has to go down there, and that one goes down there, and that one goes up there. Okay, let's try again. And that one was up. They were all up here. Going wrong way with that one. Oh, that sounded like something. Okay, let's try again. So they're all up here. Going too fast. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. No, that one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and they're in like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, it's something. That was A, D, D, E, E, D, D. Okay, so let's practice the E to the D. Let's try that one. E to the D. So that's up here, I think, with these two. Right, I've got to remember what this one is now. So the one's always shifts up a string, but it's always on the 4th string. And then those two come up here. And then it shifts down, and that one goes in there. Okay, and then we go back to shifts up. Okay, it sounds like something. Whether it sounds like the song, it almost certainly does not. Let's try again. I've got to keep practicing this now, haven't I? So, first finger always on that 4th string, and then we're going to start up here with the A. Okay, so 1 and 2 and I've already moved the first finger. So starting up here, let's try it. 1 and 2 and don't move the first finger. 3 and 4 and move the 2 and 4 and not D. I need to go back to... No, it is D. What am I doing? It is D. It is that one. It doesn't sound like D because that finger was on the wrong one. That sounds like D. Oh, that sounds wrong because that's on the wrong string. You know when it's wrong. It sounds like painful. Okay, so let's try. Doesn't leave that string. All right, that was terrible, really slow. However, it was the notes in order, so that's something. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna keep practicing. Not that. Jump too high. Oh, that was the best one yet. Okay. Jump too high though when I'm going from that D up to the E. I keep moving my first finger up a string because I'm sliding it up a fret, but I keep moving it up a string as well. That's my issue. At least I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, let's go. Oh, I went to the A instead of the D. Oh. All right, practice makes perfect. Just like with maths, you have to keep practicing, you have to learn. I should have also mentioned a lot earlier in the video, I think, the reason I really wanted to do this particular course and sort of learn the guitar and try some music is I am consistently told there is a huge overlap between maths and music. So being a mathematician, in theory, I'm supposedly supposed to be able to pick up music, but I've never really found that I have any musical talent whatsoever. So I thought Mike's course would be really good to kind of put that maths and music overlap idea to the test. So I'll let you all judge whether or not this has been a success, but it's certainly been fun. on. Best one yet. Okay, get in there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Come on, Tom, we got this. That's a couple of bars together. Again, slowly but surely, I think we're getting there. Let's see how it sounds with some distortion, shall we? A bit more rock and roll, a bit more my style. All right, so, same song, we got this. 1 and 2 and 3, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. I kind of like the distortion, it hides a lot more of my mistakes. Definitely preferring the distortion. Come on, nearly there, let's do this. Get in there. All right. Maybe there is a new career as a rock star for me after all. You can all let me know. And please be nice. Trying to speed it up a bit. So the mistakes are going to happen. So, after playing around a little bit, I've decided distortion is my friend. It hides a lot of the mistakes I'm making, so maybe not the best idea if I'm learning, but just to get something that sounds vaguely like it doesn't make your ears bleed, I'm going to keep the distortion on and I'm going to keep going until I master this. I am determined, my goal for this course and this video is to be able to play these first 2 bars back to back and make it sound vaguely like the song Wild Thing. Rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. It's not, but I think, given the complete beginner that we've got right here, I am exceptionally pleased with the progress that I've been making. That might be it, you know. that one sounded the best by a mile so far. So I think I'm going to call it. I think that is me as a complete beginner in only 9 lessons out of 12. I can sort of play most of a pretty damn cool song, Wild Thing. So I just need to learn how to sing so I can sing along. But I think I'm going to call it there. So I finished 9 of the 12 lessons. Lesson 10 is going to teach me the chords G and C, and then lesson 11 is going to be another song. Now, because it's already taken me quite a while to get the hang of everything I've done so far, and of course, this entire course is designed to be taken over a long period of time, and I've been trying to do it in a weekend for you all in just 2 days back to back. My fingers are killing me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call it there. So I've done 9 of the 12 lessons. I've kind of played a song. I'm going to keep practicing and maybe I'll do like a YouTube short of me possibly actually sort of playing the song. We'll see. No promises. So I'm going to keep practicing. I'm going to keep learning my song. Then I'll have a go at lesson 10, which teaches you the chords G and C. Then lesson 11 teaches you another second song, which is Sweet Home Alabama, which I know how that one goes. That has quite a few little like riffs. So I think that one could take a lot more practice. And then the final video, video 12, is some summary tips and tricks to help you learn. So I think this is a fantastic course. I've absolutely loved it so far. I'm only 3/4 of the way through, but I think this is a great place to stop. You've seen me progress from complete beginner to almost being able to play a song, which is ridiculous. So a huge thank you to Mike for putting this course together on Skillshare. And remember, if you'd like to try the course for yourself or any of the other literally thousands of courses available on Skillshare, then you can join using the link in the video description or with the code TomRocksMaths and you will get a 1-month free trial. Thank you everyone for watching. Please do remember to subscribe if you've enjoyed the video and I'll see you all soon. Take care.